England's Lang Park, where a capacity crowd hails the arrival of Valley's Gladiator mascot before the diehards and Norths take the field to decide the Rugby League Premiership. North's mascot is far from overawed by his warlike counterparts, but symbolizing the fearless gladiators, the diehards warrior holds no fear for the North's devil. Nick Retzless leads Valley's. He played a major role in the diehards' winning try against West in the final, a try that assured Valley's qualifying for today's big game. Halfback John Brown captains Norths. A dynamic tactician, his understanding with 5'8" Ray Catternack could be a vital factor in the outcome of the game. So too the greater experience of North's forwards. Valley's fullback Clark's kickoff goes deep into North's territory, where the Australian rules convert Barry Spring kicks well downfield, taking play inside Valley's 25. North's forwards are positioned to keep the diehards penned in. Norris waits for his backs to line up before trying to make a break, but he's quickly taken down. With the fourth tackle coming up, Wilson whips a pass to Clark. But moving up fast in defence, Hall causes Clark to kick hurriedly, and Adams gains possession for Norths in a strong attacking position. The Devils cheer squad urge Norths on as the slow-motion camera defines a backline thrust that comes to ground when Harrison fails in his attempt to step inside the converging defence. Valleys are on the attack as Threlfo's smartly executed pass gives second rower Payne an opportunity to kick for the line. A logical tactic with the diehards getting a better than even share of possession from the scrums. Maguire draws the defence, but spoils his work with an untidy pass. Gill is grounded just over halfway. Hesitancy in Valley's passing gives North's time to position themselves in defence. Referee Don Lancashire calls out second rower Ian Massey to issue a warning for the use of a stiff arm on Martin Scanlon after he'd passed the ball. A good chance for Gordon to put first points on the board. Through the centre, and after just over 20 minutes, North lead 2-0. Making better use of the ball, Norths hammer away at Valley's defence in a series of sustained attacks. They finally break through as Massey goes over in the 27th minute. Norths lead 5-0. North's coach Bobby Bax urges his Devils on. Norths win a scrum near halfway and go the blind. Catternack sending the burly Fonda Matassa away. Payne takes him in a good tackle, but Norths are within sight of the line. They're looking dangerous, and the famed die-hard tackling is being severely put to the test. With the fourth tackle coming up, Fowler sends a long pass to Brown. On to Hall on the burst with Massey in support. Beating Wilson and Pusky, Hall sends Matassa flying for the corner, and he's in. The Devils cheer squad goes into action to acclaim the fine try that takes North to an 8-0 lead. Here's the try again from another angle. And at half-time, it's 8-0 in North's favour. It's a big lead in a grand final, particularly with North producing their typically safe type of game. They appreciate the value of percentage football, keeping the ball in play and waiting to pounce on their opponent's mistakes. Valley's are to make changes during the interval. Regular lock forward Ron Gurnett, out through injury for 2 games. On the resumption, Norths immediately endeavour to take control. As they've done from the outset, they move up smartly to unsettle Valley's, hoping to gain possession in the opposition half. But Valley's relish a challenge, and the opening minutes of the second half are pretty torrid. Making good use of the wind, Redcliffe punts downfield. His finely placed kick almost beating Spring into touch, a few yards short of the corner. Spring has Adams in support, and the long-striding winger breaks Gill's tackle, but is taken by Gurnett and Capper. The diehards are more positive in their approach now and must pour on maximum pressure if they're to get back into the game. Coach Henry Holloway is feeling the tension as Valley's are constantly turned back by Norths. Playing his 100th game for Valley's, hard-working Martin Scanlon sidesteps his way to the centre, but Threlfo is easily claimed as the movement breaks down. Fowler receives ambulance attention for a head injury, but soon returns to the field. Valley's are penalised for being inside the 5 yards, and a shot for goal is to be taken within comfortable kicking distance for Gordon. Right on line, and Norths increase their lead to 10-0 after about 10 minutes of the second half. Payne sparks off a raid, but the ball is deflected by Harrison. Following on, Payne regains possession. Valleys are in a sound attacking position, but tend to stand too wide, thereby losing the chance of using snappy passing rushes to beat the pacey cover defenders. Bobby Back says, move up, and the Devils carry out his orders to the letter. A perfectly timed pass from Threlfo to Martin Scanlon gives Valleys a chance as Norris streaks for the corner, but he's dragged down inches short. North's hooker Fowler is penalised for striking with the nearest foot, giving Valley's a simple chance to open their account. This could be the boost they need to lift their game. Clock is online, but Valley's still trail by 8 points. It's 10-2 after 57 minutes. Brown is providing a good service from the scrum base, but the ball rarely reaches the flanks. Switching the point of attack, Brown's pass sends Williamson into the open spaces, and he's got Adams in support. Although cramped for room, Adams skillfully wrong-foots the defence to tear down the flank until taken from behind by Norris. A scrum penalty against Valleys provides Norths with a chance to add to their score, although the kick's to be taken from a sharp angle. The flags are up and Norths lead 12-2. Valleys need 2 converted tries to make up the deficit as Maguire, Payne and Myers combine in a ground-gaining burst. The diehards reserve warriors that love to be in the thick of the battle. Payne is tireless as he chops off attacks on the fringe of the rucks. But the Devils appear the fresher team and take play away from the diehards. Valleys are slow to follow the ball, losing valuable opportunities to snatch away the initiative. Adams knocks on, giving Valleys a welcome chance to gain possession. With time drawing in, Valleys supporters show their emotions. Martin and Alan Scanlon are held inside North's 25. Delfo darts from dummy half as North's forwards leave gaps in the rucks, but Valley's break down in fundamentals to virtually throw opportunities away, and North's recapture possession. Both teams are tiring, but North's are more constructive. They're in little danger of losing their grip on the match. The diehards just can't seem to find the same drive that brought them so many dramatic last-minute victories earlier in the season. Jim Adams is in the clear, but Retzler's one-leg tackle brings him down, giving Valley's time to form up in defence. But they're weary and merely bunch up, giving North scope to run freely from the rucks. Paul is a constant threat, but Gurnett and Payne crash the big prop to the ground. A quick play the ball, and Massey goes the blind side, but has little room to move. Norths are in command, but Martin Scanlon continues smothering their attacks. Valley's tighten their defences in the rucks and have the blind side well covered. Brown tries a left-footed shot for goal, but the kick is well wide of the posts. Clark seems to have the ball under control, following it to the dead ball line. It stops rolling, and with Harrison charging through, Clark is forced to kick into touch. Norths enjoy a larger percentage of possession, but there are periods of ragged play as the hard game takes its effect on both sides. Gradually, the Devils get within striking range of Valley's line as Williamson is taken by Gurnett and Kappa. Fowler to Matassa, but he's crashed into the corner post also by Gurnett and Kappa. It's no try. Norths charge again, but Valley's desperately endeavour to keep them out. The Devils are within 15 yards of the posts as Brown sends a long pass back to Spring, who pots a field goal that just about seals Valley's doom. Norths lead 14-2. With little time left, Gurnett sends the ball to the open side of North's forwards, bunched on the blind. Their defence is scattered, but quickly regroups to take Clark before an attack is established. In an exciting bid to snare the season's biggest prize from a well-nigh hopeless position, Valley set out on another raid, but Norths had them well covered. Martin Scanlon kicks over the head of the defence to follow on, but Harrison fields the ball within seconds of the finish. Norths keep their line intact, and it's all over. Norths win 14-2. It's the 5th time they've beaten Valleys in 7 grand final meetings and their 11th premiership in all. They won 6 in successive seasons from 1959, the longest winning sequence of any club since the Brisbane Rugby League competitions began in 1922. Indicative of the club's playing strength this season, Norths and Valleys played in the grand final of all 3 grades. North's captain Brown acknowledges the tremendous contribution made by Bobby Bax to North's victory. In 15 years of coaching in Brisbane, Bobby has won 9 premierships. Brown receives the Kirk's Cup as the Devils prove Brisbane's hottest rugby league combination of '69.